Hey. Happy Monday. I had to think about that for a moment. Anyway, hope you're doing well today. I have something a little different to talk about. First up is, I'm part of a couple of challenges right now. First up is a 14-day challenge, which is getting a bit more comfortable about doing live videos. And the other challenge is a 7-day challenge with Robbins, and I'm just finished watching day 3 of those videos. 6 or 7 hours worth of videos so far, and there's still 4 more days to go. It's amazing. I actually wanted to talk today about one of the things I learnt, and probably my favourite thing I've learnt so far, in regards to getting through limiting beliefs. Thanks for joining me. Once I get going, if you kind of jump in halfway through, I recommend you just replay later on. Anyway, so what do we got? So Tony Robbins is a massive advocate of changing your emotional state using tools of mental focus, physiology and language. This can help move you from fear into power. We operate from fear most of the time. That's kind of like our monkey brain, just forces us to do that. This presents with limiting beliefs. So examples of limiting beliefs is like when you're presented with a problem or even an opportunity or anything like a challenge, then you straight away start making those excuses. I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too lazy, I have no energy. Just there's so many of them. I'm not going to give all those examples out. So he taught a technique you can use to help overcome the fear mind talk, I call it. So I mean, first you have to identify when this is happening, and you'll know it by the reasoning that goes through your head, which is the, oh no, I can't do that, I'm too old, no, I can't do that, I don't have enough money, just stuff like that. That's your fear self talking to you and trying to keep you safe. So he suggests that you give your fear self a name. Okay? The one that came to me, I'll tell you in a minute, but just think for a moment of every time you've made an excuse out of fear of doing something new and different, what name would you give that self? Mine was actually Polly Pooper, or Polly Poopy Pants, which I thought was funny. I think it takes a bit of power away from her when I give her a ridiculous name. So inside of us there's like many archetype energies, but there's 4 main archetype energies, and they're just like busting to help us be our best selves. So the 4 are the warrior, the lover, the magician and the inner sovereign. So if you can right now, think of a problem or a challenge or an opportunity that you're scared of in your life right now, and what's stopping you from making progress in that area or even from starting something new at all. So write it down. For me it was, I feel helpless because I can't help a friend that needs help. I don't know what to do to help this person. Okay, so I feel helpless. That's my problem. What my limiting belief is that I feel helpless. So I don't know where even to start, what to say, what to do, anything like that. So when you've written that down, right, so you've written that down. So anytime that these limiting beliefs come to the fore in your life, then this is, you tell her, then, okay, hang on. My internet's going funny. No, hopefully that's all right. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to check my wireless. No idea. The Wi-Fi is actually switched off on my phone and it's the 4G going funny. Anyway, hopefully this is working. Okay, so we have a problem. Our fear self has come along and said, no, 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 can't do that. You're too old. You're too young. I think our power's actually going funny today. You don't have the money, etc., etc. So instead of, so you turn around going, all right, Polly Pooper, fuck off. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear this shit anymore. You can go away. I'm going to find another way. I'm going to find the solution somehow inside of me of how I can move forward. So the first thing you do is to connect with an inner warrior. So you have to imagine what a warrior for you looks like. I know what it means and looks like for me. So just have a moment to think of warrior. Can you just imagine the warrior inside you? Can you feel where that warrior is? All right. I feel mine here. Does your warrior have a movement or a sound? So mine does. Mine's actually a Valkyrie. So I have a shield in this hand and a spear in this hand, and my movement is this. See that physiology straight away? I'm just like connecting in with the power that's inside me that I've envisioned is my inner warrior. Does she have a noise? Yes, and this sound here, this is the noise of my inner warrior. So now that I've connected with my inner warrior, I can ask her, what do I need to do? And she will reply to me, what you need to do is. What comes to your mind? What does she say to you or he? They might even say, all you need to do is remember something. All you need to do is this. All you need to remember is this. And if you want even another answer, you can ask your inner warrior again. Can you give me a bit more? Can you give me a bit more on that? All you need to do is. So write those down. Write what you were told down. Don't overanalyze it. You just go with exactly what first instinct is, and even that second one if you wanted to just kind of reinforce the first one. Okay. If you haven't done that, then you might want to just jump off and maybe catch the replay, because I don't know what speed anyone's working at here. So the next connection we want to make is the inner magician. So what does your inner magician look like? What do you imagine a magician to look like to you? Like, it's probably different to many people. I know what mine is. What are they wearing? Do they have any tools? Are they holding anything? Where in the body do you feel it? I feel mine in here, and it has a movement. My magician has this movement like this. So that's me tapping into a physiology and an association, and this is kind of what Tony does kind of teach. The more I do it, and over time, the more I can have this association really quickly. Like if I'm faced with a problem and I'm like, what would my magician do? Oh yeah, I know. So this is what, have a movement. You might even have a sound. I have a sound, but I can't create it in the real world. I have to have it in my head because it's kind of a tinkling, magical sound. And I like to push it out there. That's just what my inner magician wants to do. So once you're in touch with your inner magician and you're thinking that problem that you're trying to deal with now, say, ask your inner magician, what can I do? What is it? What do I need to do? And he or she will say, what you need to do is. So write it down. They might even say what you need to remember is. Write it down. If you need clarification, you can ask them again. I went through this exercise and I had to ask my magician 3 or 4 keywords, because it was really hard for me to kind of work out exactly what she was meaning. I was going to say he. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So for your next archetype that you want to connect with is, oh, actually, no, I'll do that in a minute. Your inner lover. So what's your inner lover look like, feel like? What's she or he wearing? Where in the body is your inner lover? Mine's definitely in the pubic region. And the movement for my lover is kind of sexy. So if I want to connect to my inner lover, I'm not going to do this in public, although I am right now, aren't I, technically? In public, I can just probably connect by holding my hands in my pubic area. That's my inner lover. Actually, I have a statue that personifies the movement that she kind of has. This is a statue of love. Anyway, think of the problem that you're facing right now and ask your inner lover for her wisdom. What do I need to do? And she or he will reply, all you need to do is, or all you need to remember is, and write it down. Remember, you can ask again for, you know, another 1 or 2 clues if you need it. I'm hoping by now that you're seeing that the answers you're getting are positive and supportive. I know mine were. So finally, we come to the inner sovereign. So this is your kind of king or queen, internal king or queen, a ruler, whatever. Mine is the Valkyrie again, and the part of my body that she's residing in is up here, and I can even do, she's got a crown, and it's obviously the Valkyrie wings is her crown, and she stands tall, and she stands commanding, and she's wise, and she knows that decisions that you make aren't always going to be perfect. So think of a problem you're facing and ask your inner sovereign, that's right, I was going to say inner regent, inner sovereign, what do I need to do? And she will answer you, or he, all you need to do is, or all you need to remember is, if you've just tuned in, I probably recommend you just start from the start, because this is a video with an exercise involved, so it might not be making sense to you now. So remember, you can write, you can ask for a bit more information if you need it from your inner sovereign. If the first word you got wasn't enough, then ask for something else, ask for another clue. Once that's done, I want you to write down on your paper or whatever, my old story was, what was the problem you're facing? So for me was, my old story, actually, I'll just find it. Where am I? My old story. Okay. My old story was I felt helpless to help a loved one. And my limiting belief was that I really wasn't good enough or didn't know enough to know how to help. So my new story is based upon the answers that I got from those inner archetypes that I just talked to. And this is just my example. Yours are going to be different. So my old story was I felt helpless and to help a loved one. And my new story is that I have love, trust, wisdom, intellect and power to catalyze change through the use of tools. And I also need to be patient. So I don't feel so helpless anymore. I feel more empowered and I feel more trusting. And I know that I know that I don't have to try to fix it. Like if I do this, it'll fix it, or do that. And when you're a mum, parent, that's often how you are. I know I have to just be patient. I have to trust. I have to have wisdom. I have to trust that I'm wise enough to have the right words at the right time. And that support, like supporting that person as much as I can and asking them what they actually need rather than me just trying to figure it out. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to someone. Feel free to share it if you think it might be of help to anyone else. I'd really love to hear your feedback on this too, if you've done it. So feel free to comment below or even message me privately if you prefer to keep it private. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great day.